Mariners baseball here on Root Sports, being brought to you by your local Ford stores, by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Under the Sun Tour, July 25th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. By Alaska Airlines, enjoy free entertainment on your personal device. Learn more at alaskaair.com. And by Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. Statue of the great Jesse Owens from The Ohio State University, 1936. An immortal at the Berlin Olympics. Meanwhile, Roenis Elias, he's been really good. And this is what he did in his last turn against Tampa Bay. This kid has really picked it up since midway through spring training back in March. 2 earned or less in those starts. Last start against Cleveland, 5 hits, 4 runs. Hey, 5 1/3. It's all about if you get them and the rest of the starting rotation, get them some run support. They've pitched well over the last week to 10 days.
And he's really pitched well, and I think the big key for Elias is going to be his fastball control again. His changeup has been outstanding, but he has to be able to get to it. And I think that if his fastball command is there, which is what we have seen from him, we just showed you the numbers, he should be in pretty good shape. You want to stay away from the walks. If you look at Cleveland, they are 5th in average, 7th in runs, so you don't want to put any runners on. Defense has played well behind him lately. Again, fastball command, 3 left-handers in the lineup. That's when you're going to see the breaking ball.
So once again, the Mariners will get a look at Corey Kluber. He dominated them the last time. That was back home in Seattle. Today, maybe a different result. We're going to find out on a beautiful evening here in Cleveland where the energy is just surging. Back with more right after this. Double dip duty for Cleveland sports fans. The Indians and the Mariners, and across the way, the NBA Finals come to Cleveland for the first time in a long time, but we've got important stuff here too at Progressive Field, which opened back in 1994. As we welcome you to Mariners baseball. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, and a Root Sports crew. Mariners, last time they saw the Tribe, Indians took 3 out of 4 in Seattle. See if the Mariners can turn the tide here this evening. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order that will face Cy Young Award winner Corey Kluber.
Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Chevron. Logan Morrison, a 14-game hitting streak for him. He's going to lead things off. Then Austin Jackson hitting .462 here in the month of June. Cano, Cruz, Kyle Seager here in Cleveland, a .407 hitter with a couple of home runs. And it's Smith, Trumbo, Miller, and Zunino rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. And for Corey Kluber on the year, 3-6. A 3.61 ERA for him, 105 strikeouts to only 14 walks. That is impressive numbers. Giving up 6 home runs this year. Opponents hitting .256 against him.
Well, here we go. Logan Morrison leading off against Kluber. And the first pitch of the ball game swung on and popped up short left field. And it's going to drop in. Rayburn And to play it on a hop, a base hit for Lomo to get things started.
Yeah, 15-game hitting streak now for Morrison. Our American Family Insurance defensive setup. Rayburn in left, Brantley out in center, Brandon Moss in right. Urshela just called up. He will be the third baseman. Aviles and Kipnis playing up the middle. Carlos Santana at first base, and Yan Gomes will do the catching for the Indians tonight. Last start for Kluber against the Royals. He went 8 innings. He's been pitching deep into ball games as of late. 9 hits, gave up 4 earned runs in that one. Had 9 strikeouts, only 1 walk.
It's taking 3 out of 4 in Seattle. The Tribe's gone 3-3 since then. Here's Austin Jackson. He's got a hitting streak going. 4-game hitting streak, 6 for his last 14. Strike 1 to Austin. Home plate umpire to crew chief Dale Scott. And Aya Sonia is at first. C.B. Buckner at second, and Gabe Morales is at third. Tried to bunt his way on. Third baseman Urshela was way deep. Just called up today. Sit down Lonnie Chisenhall. Well, the Mariners don't care who provides a spark, just somebody spark it.
Well, that's exactly right. And I know when I was talking to Lloyd today, he really felt, we talked about the homestand, that yesterday, the day off, was a good day for the guys. Hopefully clear the mind, get things started offensively. 32 games going into the break, Dave. So these guys would certainly like to pick things up and play much better baseball on the offensive side of things.
Back by Austin. Lloyd forever optimistic. Get guys working on things, working on getting Rodney back up to speed, getting Cano back up to speed. Said about Rodney, hey, we're going to do anything. We need him. Got to have him. Plain and simple. Ground ball to Aviles. And they call Lomo out as he flips to Kipnis. Jackson aboard on the fielder's choice.
And I was talking to Lloyd about that today as we take a look at this play. A little bit of a bobble out at shortstop by Aviles. But he was talking about Rodney, and I asked him, I said, you know, he's so important to your bullpen. What's the plan? He said the plan is to get him right. We feel that we have to have him as our closer, but right now we need to fix him first. And he said he talked to Rodney. He said he was a professional about it, was on board. So hopefully they can get that situation taken care of, because the rest of the pitching has been outstanding.
Cannot say enough good things about it. And here's Robinson Cano. And Lloyd already told that story about his year in 1991 when Barry Bonds hit $163 in the first 2 months and wound up winning the MVP. And I looked up some numbers on Cano. He had a bad start in 08. He had 246 in the first half of the 08 season. Came back with 307 in the second half. He finished at 271, 14 homers and 72 runs batted in. Over his career, over the first half, he's a 298 hitter. Over the second half of seasons in his career, 318.
I know. I was talking to Howard Johnson about him today, and Robbie was in the cages hitting, and I was watching him take his batting practice and talking to Howard about it, and he said that's kind of what the deal is.
There's a fly ball hit well, deep left center field, and it is going to be bouncing off the wall. Jackson cruising. He's coming to third. He's coming around. Here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Robinson Cano, an RBI double. 1-0 Mariners.
And that will help a lot of issues.
19th run batted in on his 13th double.
But Howard Johnson was talking about Robbie and just saying what you were talking about, and you have to trust his career at this point. Off to a slow start, but he's so important. And we've talked enough about how the quality pitching that they have been facing as of late. Well, one of the easiest ways to beat quality pitching is have your best hitters go out and do some damage. So it's good to see Cano come out here with this double to drive in the first run of the ball game.
No, what's interesting about that at bat too, and I think you recognize this too. The speed, the bat speed was a little bit better.
He was able to barrel it up, and the thing that'll be interesting the rest of the game as he comes up is that pitch is out over the plate for him. So it's easier for him to drop the barrel to it. It's when they start jamming him up inside and cutting the ball in on his hands, I think, for me, is where he's been having the issues. So we'll see what happens the rest of the game.
Here's Cruz. His number sensational. Let me go back to Cano for one more second,
sure.
though. The pitch outside, middle away. That's a pitch he was killing last year.
Right.
This year, it's been fouled off a lot left side. It's because it looks like that bat speed, and it looks like he clearly has worked on it by evidence at that at bat. But it looks so slow.
Even Robinson Cano can have mechanical issues with his swing, and you don't always know what it's going to take to fix it, and you just keep trying things until it locks in. You mentioned the year where he hit 248. I guarantee you he was having mechanical issues. And he knows his swing as well as anybody, but getting yourself in a position to drive the ball like you were just saying, Dave, is a totally different thing. And it takes sometimes you keep working at it, and you just hope that success will show up.
Swing and a miss by Cruz. I like what Lloyd said. He says, listen, man, you're an elite player. You got here and you put up numbers because you are an elite player. Those same qualities are going to get you out of this. He says, I was never there. I can understand some of it,
right?
But you guys and Bonds and Jeter and guys like that, you're at another level. You're going to figure it out. He had a conversation with him Saturday, arm around him behind the batting cage during BP, and they said Robbie took it really well. Cruz, the ground ball is thrown out by Aviles, and moving to third is Cano.
And when I was down at the cage, he was having conversations every time Robbie would take his batting practice come out. Let's not forget, Lloyd was a hitting coach for 15 years.
Yes, sir.
And having conversations with him. So you just and you never know, Dave. Sometimes it's a bat like he just had, and all of a sudden he takes off. It's the hard part is waiting for it, and sometimes you have no choice. You know, you have to let these things play out.
Well, you lived it, right? I mean, you know exactly. You had that one. There's one seminal moment. Like, hey, do I think I have it? And then you go out the next couple at bats. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and it's better. And the thing that it makes it tougher, though, is everybody is aware of the fact they need Cano to hit if they're going to be successful. They have to have him.
Kyle Seager inside, ball one. Seager's on a little bit of a bad stretch right now for his last 9. Kyle 4 for 9 against Kluber. Beautiful day here. 72 degrees in Cleveland. Humidity not too much of a factor. Swing and miss.
That's going to change tomorrow. I understand. It's going to be in the mid to upper 80s.
And corresponding humidity. Kluber, the man who beat out Felix Hernandez for the Cy Young Award last year. You know, at third, and Seager trying to get him home here. 2-1 count. Got media like crazy here with security mixed in. NBA Finals, Game 3. Across the street, already a big crowd that we can see from our vantage point here. Decent crowd here at Progressive Field. Pitch to Seager. Taken outside, ball 3. Nice to have the NBA guys in town. Saw Dwayne Wade in the gym, Doug Collins, and a lot of the network broadcasters, some old friends like Tirico and that crew.
Well,
the same.
Yeah, anybody that covers the NBA, they are here, and I think most of them were in the lobby this morning.
Seager draws a walk, so first and third. The inning continues and sets it up for Seth Smith.
These are the at-bats that you were hoping you would get off of Kluber. If you look at all of his numbers, they're pretty good. But left-handed hitter is hitting .289 against him. So you would hope the lefties that are in the lineup, and for Lloyd, he has a number of left-handers, 5 lefties in the lineup tonight, that they would take advantage of it. Already the base hit by Logan Morrison, and then the double by Cano. So hopefully Seth pick up an RBI right here. The Indians will put the shift on with Smith hitting.
Terry Francona, Brad Mills. Terry the manager, and Brad Mills longtime friend and longtime assistant. The bench coach as we look at Seth Smith. Runners at the corners. And he looks at strike 1. Seth 2 for his last 6. Got 14 doubles among the league leaders. has got a battle here. That pitch in the outside corner. Count 0-2. Cano's at third. And you got Seager at first. Corey Kluber in his third career start against the Mariners is 2-0 with a 1.69 ERA. And he strikes out Smitty on 3 pitches. Mariners do get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and leave 2. 1-0 Mariners with the Indians coming to bat. Ryan Elias is on a really nice roll. The Mariners ask him to stay right where he is. Let's take a look at the batting order he'll face from the Cleveland Indians.
Floor manager Terry Francona leading off. Jason Kipnis hitting .338 on the year. Then it's Santana Brantley, the number 3 hitter. Rayburn hitting .310 as the cleanup hitter. Nick Swisher will DH and hit 5th. And it's Gomes, Moss, Urshela making his major league debut tonight at third base. He will hit 8th. And Aviles will round out the 9 for the Indians. For Elias on the year, looking for his 3rd win. ERA under 3 now. 2.94 ERA for him in 52 innings. He has 40 strikeouts. Giving up 6 home runs this year. Opponents hitting just .251 against him. And our American Family Insurance defensive setup for the Mariners. Seth Smith in left field. Jackson in center. Nelson Cruz out in right. Kyle Seager at 3rd. Miller and Cano playing up the middle. Logan Morrison is at first base. And Mike Zunino will do the catching.
Leadoff man is a completely healthy Jason Kipnis, and he's just ripping it up this year. This one hit hard right to Cano. Good first pitch. You get an out. Retiring the number 2 hitter in the American League. Kipnis at .338 behind Prince Fielder's .356, and he's also all over the offensive board. Quick out. There's Francona. Couple world championships with the Boston Red Sox. He's previously managed in Philly, then Boston, now Cleveland. 1980, University of Arizona, most outstanding player at the College World Series, led the Wildcats to the title that year. There's a newspaper guy then that saw him play against Frank Viola and John Franco. St. John's beat them the first game, and then they ran through the tournament the rest of the way to the Wildcats. Santana came back for the final game of the series in Seattle. He's on paternity leave. His wife gave birth to a little girl. This guy can hit. Back up this way. He's also, for a guy who hits the ball out of the park, got a great eye. He's among the leaders in walks.
Very patient hitter. Good fastball hitter.
44 walks to enter today's game. And that leads the American League. How about Jose Bautista? He's second with 40. I didn't expect to see that. Base hit for Santana on the 2-1 pitch.
Well, 2-1. He gets a fastball. It's up out over the plate. 91 miles an hour. He hits it hard back up the middle. Mariners defense was set up to pull. You can't even see Brad Miller, the shortstop, in your picture. There he is. They were expecting him to pull the ball in the hole, but he hits it back up the middle.
Bring up the 3-hole hitter Michael Brantley having a good year. 8th in on base percentage at .384. And also a guy you better pick your spots if you're going to run on him. He's got 5 assists already.
He will use the entire field when he's hitting. You don't want to get into those cripple counts with him either, 2-0, 3-1, 3-2, because he can pull the ball. He has some power out to right field.
2-0. Indians come into today's action 27-29, 5.5 behind first place Kansas City, which is tied with Minnesota. How about that? Jackson will get this one, and Santana returns to first, 2 down. Mariners starting today, 4th place, 25 up, 32 down, 8 behind Houston. Houston's lead now 3 games over Texas. Rangers now 3 games over 500. Ryan Rayburn, the left fielder. Former Tiger. The starters continue to pound it inside, moving guys' feet. It's been very impressive this run they're on. Sharply hit right to Miller off his chest. Digging for third. Santana, everybody safe. The runners at the corners for the Tribe with 2 outs. D6.
It's like on the 3rd hop, it ends up hitting Brad on the heel of his glove. And then it ricochets out into center field. A little bit flat-footed. I think he was expecting the ball to stay down, and it did come up on him a little bit.
2 outs, runners at the corners. Going to bring up Nick Swisher. DHing. Outside for ball 1. The familiar sounds of John Adams up in the bleachers and high up in left field. Banging that drum. Elias is going to get out of it. Fly ball center field. Jackson's got it. And no harm done. No runs, a hit, an error. 2 men left. Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Indians, start of a long road trip. Mariners fireworks night. They're always spectacular, and on Friday, June 19th, we're going to have one of the most unique shows yet. It's Star Wars night, and following the game, the pyrotechnics will be set to the movie's orchestral soundtrack. For tickets, visit mariners.com. Here we go, inning number 2 here in Cleveland on a beautiful night. Mariners out of the bottom third of the order. Mark Trumbo, Brad Miller, and Mike Zunino. Trumbo hits in his first couple of at-bats 0 for 12 cents, but still, this is a good pickup.
Only 16 at-bats for him so far. I think that you're right. I think he's going to provide some power to this lineup. Really help him against some left-handed pitching. I was watching him today in batting practice standing down there. It's impressive to watch him and Cruz take batting practice. It's just a different level as hard as they hit the baseball.
Some big boys. Popped up behind the plate, out of play. Remember, first time we saw Kluber last year, we came out of it going, wow, who's this guy? Who knew he'd beat Felix for the side?
Yeah, I think a lot of people were feeling that way in the first half of the season. It was no secret once you were past the All-Star break. It's pretty interesting to watch him in the way that he piles up the strikeouts, because it's not as if he's throwing 96, 97. His fastball is going to be anywhere from 92 to 95 miles an hour at times. But he changes speeds. His breaking ball, which is kind of funny because he calls it a curveball, but if you talk to any of the hitters, they'll tell you it's a slider.
Right.
But it's a difficult pitch for the hitters to pick up, especially right-handers. And he'll change speeds on everything.
Essence of pitching, right?
That's it. But when you look at his strikeout numbers, you would expect him to be one of those mid to upper 90s guy.
Right. Would have been interesting to have been here the day he strikes out 18. That was a performance against the Cardinals on the 13th of May. I forget where we were that day, but he didn't come back for the 9th inning. Are you kidding? Terry had been thrown out of the game, and clearly he communicated to Brad Mills in a line drive center field. That's going to get down. Base hit Brad Miller. But you get 18, you get that close, you might as well go for the record.
There you go. It's interesting watching Kluber in the first inning, and now here he missed with a cut fastball off the outside corner, and then he comes right back with a fastball in the middle of the plate at 94 miles an hour as Brad will pick up a base hit. So he's still trying to find it. Typically when he starts to lock in that outside corner with the cutter is when you're going to start having some issues. He's still just a little bit off the plate, just far enough for the hitters to get in some decent counts.
Good for Brad Miller. He's aboard, extending his hitting streak to 5 games. Here's Mike Zunino. Breaking ball, first strike. Mike 0 for his last 12. See if he can get on a little bit of a hot streak. He's behind 0-2.
And there you can see on the EQC tracer 93 miles an hour right on the outside corner. Yeah, they definitely could like to see a power surge from Mike. He does have 7 home runs on the year, but just maybe a little more consistency with that would certainly help.
Down low. 1 out, 1 on. You're hearing a lot of extra noise and music. It's from across the street beyond left field. Thousands gathering. Game 3 NBA Finals. Cavs and the Warriors tied at a game apiece. Brad back with a dive. Decent lead by Brad at first. 1-2 to Zunino. Popped up, playable. Kipnis has a beat on it. Makes the play. This road trip starting here in Cleveland. Vegas to Houston. That'll be an important series. They're all important, but I mean, they're division leaders. You want to get some games down there, and haven't won down there yet. And then 2 games at San Francisco, and then 2 with the Giants back home in Seattle.
Well, I think when you're talking about going into Houston after this series, you'd certainly like to take advantage of that. They were hot for a period of time. Now they've lost 5 in a row, starting to struggle. Maybe you're catching them at the right time, and you can do some damage.
The ups and downs of the baseball season. Boy, you look at the streak column on your stat page, and somebody's wearing it somewhere. Right now, the Mariners are, but they're not alone. Swinging a miss by Lomo. You mentioned Houston's lost 5 consecutive games. Ditto the Angels. Oakland's lost 3 in a row. And then you look up at the American League East. Those cats are hot. Yankees have won 6 in a row. Toronto 6 straight. Boston's won 3. A lot of ebb and flow. I say this all the time, and I compare the sports that I've been fortunate to cover. You guys in baseball do an unbelievable job. Not getting too high and not getting too low. Better, I think, than the guys in the other sports.
Well, and I can tell you that it's part of the learning curve that you better get to, otherwise you're just not going to make it.
Yeah. I try to tell that to friends of mine who are baseball fans. Take it easy. It's going to work out.
It's
and they don't want to hear it.
No, of course not. But it's interesting. Every time this year I start to think about, you know, these guys and myself and where you start from, and you have the draft going on, and these young kids. That's the hardest thing for them, because they're used to, 1, having nothing but success, and 2, all of a sudden they go from these short seasons, which to them that doesn't seem that way, to now all of a sudden, because it's not, especially for the younger players, it's not just the regular season they're going to go to, then it's instruction league, and then possibly winter ball and fall league, and they're just going to keep playing, and it takes a couple of years to get the hang of that.
Brad runs, pitching to dirt. He's got a stolen base standing up. Brad Miller with his 5th stolen base. Mariners are now 24 out of 47.
And for Gomes, ball in the dirt, no chance to throw out Brad, so he picked the right pitch to run on.
1-0 on a Robinson Cano first inning RBI double. Chance for Lomo to pick up an RBI. 2-2 pitch from Kluber. Just got a piece of it. Going through all those games, you talk about the instructional league and winter league and then spring training. By the time you get to mid-March, you've played a ton of games. At one point, did you say, it hits you that, all right, now I'm comfortable with this load of games?
I would say probably after my AA season.
So that was what, your 2nd, 3rd year in pro ball?
It was, yeah. I played a half season, then I had a full season in A ball, so it was my 3rd year really. But it was 2.5 years into it that I kind of figured it out.
Yep. Unbelievable. 2-2. Down the line. It's a fair ball. That'll get a run home. Brad will score. Lomo going to dig for 2, and he's going to make it as Rayburn had a double clutch trying to pick that ball up out there. 2-0 Mariners.
This is great to see. Looked as almost if Logan was sitting in between. It's a fastball away from him. A late swing as he hits it down the line. Again, so many off-speed pitches from Kluber, but he has quick hands, able to hit this ball right inside the bag, so he's going to change places with Miller. Mariners get their first hit with runners in scoring position, and again, it's the left-handers that have been able to get to Kluber so far.
There's Austin Jackson. Scored the Mariners' first run, reached on a fielder's choice. Fly ball right field, backing up Brandon Moss. He's there, and that'll do it. That's out number 3. Mariners pick up another run on 2 hits, no errors, and leave a man. They've got a 2-0 lead against the defending American League Cy Young Award winner Corey Kluber. Mariners baseball here on Root Sports is being brought to you by Audi, Truth in Engineering, by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast, by the Rockwood Fired Kitchen Pizza, Burger and Spirits, and by Steel. To find your local Steel dealer, visit steeldealer.com. Next door, Quicken Loans Arena, basketball festivities, Game 3, NBA Finals, Cavs, Warriors. Game apiece. Cavaliers the other day winning their first NBA Finals game. It was swept back in 07 by the Spurs. Golden State's got some NBA Finals history, winning it in 74, beating Washington and losing to Philly in 67. The fly ball hit well, center field, back and gone. Off the bat of Yan Gomes. Gomes has had tremendous success against the Mariners here in this ballpark. He's got the Tribe on the board with his first home run, his second RBI. That's a 2-1 ball game.
And he's been a hot hitter lately. He's hitting 9 of 10, 366 average, so he can add that home run to it. That's first pitch fastball. Take a look at it. Middle away, and he hits it over the tall wall out in left center field.
411 feet away. That was a big boy blast.
Lloyd out having a conversation with Dale Scott. Wonder if he feels that somebody maybe reached over. I did not see that. Did you, Dave?
No, I didn't notice it. Let's see. It looks like that cleared it. Here's a better look. I think that's good. I think he's good to go. A 2-1 ball game. I don't blame Lloyd. Check. What the heck, right?
Why not? Why not ask?
Absolutely. Worst he's going to say is no. Another dangerous hitter in his career against Mariner pitching, Brandon Moss.
Mariners have a shift on with Moss hitting. 10 home runs on the year for Moss.
It's 2-0 to Moss.
We talked about Elias and how important it was for him to command his fastball, and he needs to stay out of these kinds of counts. Moss has been hot lately.
Popped up. Zunino does not have a play.
Moss in his last 10 games hitting .342 with 3 home runs, 4 doubles.
The Mariners are quite familiar with Mr. Moss. 14 career home runs, 32 RBIs.
Elias changing arm angles on that last fastball. Typically when he does that and he throws his fastball, he's going to get a little more sink to it. He'll lose a couple of miles an hour.
Strike 3 called. No protest from Moss. Flinched a lot on that pitch. There's that arm angle you were talking about. 1 away. Here in the second inning. Hey fans, this season for every Mariners hit, Fred Hutch will receive a donation from Mariners Care. It's called Hits for the Hutch, and it's the Mariners' way of supporting the life-saving research taking place at Seattle's own Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center. Making his major league debut, Giovanni Urshela, called up today from AAA. Monty Chisenhall had been struggling. He was sent out. Back up the middle, Cano's there, backhand, quick throw, got him. Well done.
And Elias likes it. They were playing into pull, fine backhanded play, and Cano, because of his arm strength, able to make the play. Accurate throw to first, easy play for Morrison to stretch out there and help him out.
Brings up Michael Villas. He's at shortstop. Versatile player, can play corner outfield positions, can play third base, has played some first and second. Mike hitting at 269. One and two. Roenis Elias, boy, did he provide some terrific wins last year for the Mariners. Called on him again here this season, up the middle and into center field for a base hit for Michael Villas. 2-out base runner. Get back to the top of the order, Jason Kipnis.
So he gets a changeup, 84 miles an hour, cues it off the end of the bat. Picked up a base hit even though he didn't hit it hard.
Angels lead at Tampa Bay 2-0. That's in the top of the third inning. Houston playing at the White Sox, starting in about 20 minutes. Ball one to Kipnis. Kipnis number 2 in hits behind fielder. He's got 77. Fourth in runs scored, third in multi-hit games, second in on-base percentage. He's just been fabulous for the Tribe here in the first 56 games. There's a strike in the outside corner. Kipnis with a very unique stance, the way he holds the bat before he loads up.
Yeah, I don't remember him getting set that early last year. I thought he laid the bat back a little bit longer than he's doing this year. Obviously having a lot of success with it, hitting .338 at the start of this game with 5 home runs.
Kipnis, the reigning American League Player of the Month, hit safely in 18 consecutive home games, and he's gone there. Good job by Elias to get out of some potential trouble. Gives up a home run to Gomes. It was Gomes' 5th career home run against Mariner pitching, but the Mariners lead 2-1. Today's game. Look at all these Mariner fans, the Morrison family in town. Stick around after the game for Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. Festive atmosphere here in Cleveland. Tribe against the Mariners and the Cavaliers against the Warriors in the NBA Finals. Robinson Cano brought home the Mariners' first run, a double off the tall wall out left center field. Kipnis is right there. On away. Cano, Cruz, and Seager 3-4-5 for the Mariners. Second Mariner run off the bat of Logan Morrison, scoring Brett Miller. Singled, stole second, and then scored on the base hit. Here's Cruz, bounced out the short in his first at bat. Now he looks at strike one. He's now 4 for 7 career against Kluber with a home run. Got the remnants of LeBron with the rosin on his hands and throwing it up in the air. Be a lot of that tonight. High. When I saw Dwayne Wade in the gym today, I said, "Is your boy going to win?" He said, "He's going to win." I said, "His will to win and his physicality and his smartness, his basketball intelligence is going to carry the day." I said, "All right, it'll be interesting." Cruz swinging a miss. Gomes throws to first. Kluber's second strikeout.
Well, I'm not sure there's anybody that has played the game that knows him better. So.
I also asked him, I said, why do people hate on LeBron? Except for the ill-fated decision, that whole TV show. I mean, the kid's he's been a model citizen. Good guy, great guy. And a great player. 2 outs for Kyle Seager. Worked the walk at a 3-1 pitch, first time up.
I know this town is pretty excited about it.
They are, yeah. See the buzz, feel the buzz here. Good crowd. I was going to say, good crowd here, and you know what they want to do when they leave here.
That's right.
Boys got it covered. 0-1. Not had a championship here since 1964. Gary Collins caught a couple of post passes from Frank Ryan. Jim Brown was a star in that ball club as Seager rips one. Center field base hit. That's good to see. That breaks an 0 for 9.
Let's take a look at it. They want to get it in on his hands, and he leaves it out over the plate. Looked like a cutter at 88 miles an hour. Kyle able to stay on and hit it hard back up the middle. And it's been the left-handed hitters in the lineup that have had success tonight.
Entering tonight's game, lefties at 289 against Kluber. Righties 221.
Left-handers.
Smith.
Yeah, the left-handers in the lineup tonight, 5 for 7.
Don't work.
Yeah, they've driven in both runs, scored them both.
Smith struck out on 3 pitches, first time up. 23 is the number. 23 skidoo. And there's another strike to Seth.
A couple of tough pitches. The first one right on the outside corner at the knees, and that one he's able to get the cutter again in on his hands right on the inside corner.
Kyle back safely.
Mariners have a stolen base in this one. Brad Miller, after he had a base hit, ended up stealing second, was able to score on the double by Morrison.
The outfield pretty much straight away for Smith, but Kipnis, the second baseman, short right field. Seth battling here 0-2. Ball one. Mariners have seen more than their share of strikeout power pitching dating back to May 27th. Here's the 1-2. Hit hard into the gap. Seager to third. He'll get the stop sign from Rich Donnelly as Seth Smith has to hustle in to get the double. And it sets up nicely here with 2 outs, runners at second and third for Mark Trumbo. So Smith with another double. It's his 15th of the season.
We'll take a look at it. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. That time the two-seamer ran back out over the middle of the plate. Seth was able to take advantage of it.
Lefties continue to get it done.
6 for 8 now.
15th double for Seth ties him with Josh Donaldson of Toronto. 3rd place in the American League. An opportunity here for Trumbo. 2 outs and 2 on. Lloyd said it would be a little different tonight, different approach against Corey Kluber. Swing and a miss. Kluber dominated the Mariners, 13 strikeouts back on May 28th. Since May 27th, these strikeout guys: Mike Archer, Kluber, Bauer, Salazar, Betances, Pineda, Sabathia, Tanaka, and then Archer again, and now Kluber again.
And Bauer tomorrow.
A dribbler off the end of the bat. Easy feed for Kluber. That'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Mariners lead still at 2-1. Drum line performing just beyond left field. It is some kind of atmosphere. Time now for a Geico This Day in MLB history. June 9 of '66, the Twins become the first American League team to hit 5 home runs in an inning in a 9-4 victory over the Royals. 7th inning. Oh, man, look at these names. Rich Rollins, Zoilo Versailles, Tony Oliva, Don Mincer, and Hartman Killebrew all hit home runs. That was a really good Twins team. They'd won the American League the year before. Jim Mudcat Grant, Jim Cott, Jim Perry on the pitching staff. 5 home runs, man. Inning. Here's Carlos Santana, single to center. First time up. Santana, Brantley, and Rayburn. Sorry, Mike.
I was going to say, if that was in 66, I wonder if it was off the same pitcher.
Wow. Yeah, 3 different pitchers.
Okay, good.
And we're coming over in a bus. Who was it? Kevin Kremen and Rick Riz and Shannon Dreyer were talking about Mike Cameron, and when he hit the 5 home runs, the 4 home runs.
4 home runs, yeah.
He and Boone went back to back. What, in the same inning against Jim Parquet, right?
I think twice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. The first that went twice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty extraordinary that the guy would even be around the second time. Parquet was with the White Sox at that time?
The White Sox, yeah. It was in Chicago. Cameron hit the 4 home runs.
2-2 here to Santana.
Second time through the lineup for Elias. In the second inning, we saw him starting to use his breaking ball a little bit more. One of the things that he has done is tried to stay fastball changeup first time through, and then we'll see the breaking ball and start to throw it last inning just as he throws this one right here.
Brad Miller makes the play 1 away. One down here in the bottom of the third, 2-1 Mariners, and it brings up Michael Brantley. Brantley first time up, fly to center. How surprised are you that Minnesota and Kansas City lead the Central Division?
Not surprised about Kansas City. Minnesota, yes, a lot. And I think you have to give Paul Molitor a lot of credit.
His base hit shoots it through the hole. One out, one on here in the third. Game 2 of this series. CenturyLink What's Next. Taijuan Walker goes against Trevor Bauer. Taijuan Walker's ERA certainly starting to shrink down. It was up around the 9s and it was in the 7s. He's pitched well.
He has pitched well. Really used his fastball effectively. 54 strikeouts on the year for him. And Bauer, what a year he is having. Looking for his 6th win at 2.94 ERA. 70 strikeouts for Bauer.
Here's Ryan Rayburn, reached on an error. First inning run for the Mariner. Cano drives it in. Second inning, they get an RBI from Morrison. Tribe on the board. Yan Gomes with a homer leading off the second. Breaking inside and missed.
We started with 2 changeups. Both of them on the plate, but they were down.
Infield double play depth. And in the dirt, 4-pitch walk to Rayburn. First walk by Elias, and to bring up Nick Swisher.
Zunino out to the mound after that walk. Again, it was a couple of changeups, missed with the fastball, and another off-speed pitch. I think it was the changeup again. Elias has been aggressive with his fastball inside early. It's been effective, and maybe Mike is telling him, let's not get too careful right now. Still early in the ball game. Stay with the good fastball inside to help his changeup out. Make him swing at it.
Swisher fly to center, his first time up. 2-1 for the Tribe. Another ball from Elias.
And now Cano making a trip to the mound.
There's the strike. Two and one. We're going to see the Giants next week. Monday, Tuesday in San Francisco. Wednesday, Thursday in Seattle. Giants lead at 1-0 at the Mets this evening. Early on.
Giants having a good year again. 1 game behind the Dodgers.
Well, they picked it up after a slow start. Pence is back healthy. Made a difference. Lincecum's had a few good games. It's a good team. Champions for the 3rd time in the last 5 years. I think the Bumgarner got beaten the last time out, but I think a few starts before that he'd been on a roll.
Well, they've always leaned on their pitching, but early in the season their offense really picked things up for them, and they're swinging the bats.
2-2 to Swisher. Lee is throwing a lot of pitches here in this inning.
Well, he's lost command of his fastball, and typically when we see him, he'll have that 1 inning where he'll lose it a little bit, but fortunately for the Mariners this year, he's been able to figure it out, usually keep the damage to a minimum and move on and figure it out after that.
You're talking about the Giants 2nd in the National League in hitting.
Yeah.
Colorado's 1st. Right now, Lloyd hoping that his young left-hander can figure some things out here. Three-two to Swisher. Seager to Cano. Over to Marston around the horn to get the double play. So Elias gets out of trouble here in the 3rd, and that 2-1 lead stands up. Look at all that meat. My goodness. You got baseball, you got basketball, the NBA Finals going on here in Cleveland. Could possibly right now be the center of the American sports world as we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Night game, day game here in Cleveland still to come. Night game, 2 day games in Houston. A night game and a day game in San Francisco, and ditto night game, day game against the Giants back home, and then Houston. So back-to-back weekends against the Astros. Got an opportunity to make some hay here.
Well, you do. And again, they've been struggling lately. They've lost 5 in a row. So hopefully the Mariners, good time for them to get hot. I think you start looking towards the All-Star break and trying to improve that record. Good time for it.
Just like we were talking leading up to the most recent time we saw 500. Get the 500 at or near the All-Star break. See what happens. On 1 to Brad Miller. Extended his hitting streak to 5 games with a single to center. With 1 out in the second, stole second base standing up. Well, the weather forecast went the other way. When last week we were checking to see what we would have here in Cleveland, because you know we both shudder at the mere thought of coming to Cleveland in weather.
Right.
Love Cleveland, but not the weather sometimes. And it was showing a lot of rain. Got through the golf yesterday, no problem. Looks like we're going to get through this and tomorrow, so we're going to be in good, we're in good shape.
A little bit warmer tomorrow, and it'll be a nice day on Thursday.
Two and 2 to Brad. Brad Miller, Mike Zunino, Logan Morrison here in the top of the 4th. Mariners have 2 runs, 6 hits against Corey Kluber. Kipnis right there. Throw out Miller. Bring up Mike Zunino, popped out to Kipnis in his first at bat. Mike is due for just a little bit of a hot streak. Been a big struggle over his last 13.
Well, his first at bat, you mentioned the pop up. He ended up getting a cutter that was up out over the plate. Skied it. Second baseman Kipnis was able to catch it, and Kluber starts him off with a cutter right here. This one a little bit better because it was down and on the outside corner.
Down low. On 1 from Corey outside. Kluber, born in Birmingham, Alabama, lives in Jacksonville, Florida. 29 years old, 6'4", 215. Center field. And back up Brantley a couple steps. 2 down. Hey fans, here's another terrific deal from the Mariners team store. You're going to receive a free baseball signed by a Mariners player when you purchase $150 of officially licensed player merchandise. Offers good at all 5 Mariner team store locations while supplies last. So get on it.
We'll bring up Logan Morrison, having a good night. 2 for 2 tonight, driven in a run. 15-game hitting streak for Logan Morrison has pushed his average up to 264 now.
21 for his last 55. Hammered but fouled. I continue to be impressed by his play at first base. He does a very good job there.
Again, I think it helped him out going into spring training and playing just first base. You go back to last year, he was in the outfield quite a bit. So I think just concentrating on the one position has certainly helped him. He has really picked up his infielders this year.
Oh man, has he? Not bad when Lloyd tells you, "Hey, it's your job to lose, pal."
Yeah, there it is.
Rolls over on one here. Kipnis throwing him out. A 1-2-3 inning for Kluber. Home fourth coming up. A 2-1 Mariner lead. That's a good one, Angie. Thank you. See how Roenis Elias deals with Yan Gomes here. Homer to deep left center field, leading off the second inning.
Well, one of the things we talk about is starting pitchers typically are going to have an inning or two where they struggle through it, and hopefully that was it for Elias in the third. Had to throw a few more pitches and was struggling with his fastball command, was able to get out of it with a double play.
Reminiscent of the Felix game at Tampa where he had 4 double plays. One 0 pitch. Gomes, Brandon Moss, and Giovanni Urshela. Two and one. Fouled off. Indians with 11 home wins, one of the fewest totals in the American League, and that's demonstrators for the late Tamir Rice as Gomes strikes out. Third K for Elias. How about the story with Brandon Moss? He had his career home run number 100 last week in Kansas City. Landed in a Tribe bullpen. Cleveland reliever said, "Yeah, you want the ball back, pal? Here's what it's going to cost you. We want some iPads, some iPhones, and watches in exchange for that personal souvenir." And I'm sure Moss, when he saw that, went hum 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 hum. So the note was signed Says you get the ball when you get these items. Indians tweeted it out. The image of the ransom note, according to the piece on ESPN. And Tim Cook of Apple saw it. All right, we'll take care of it. We got you. How about that? Slicing drive, left center field, coming on hard, and have to play it on the hop of Seth Smith. Six for Brandon.
We'll take a look at it. Fastball in on his hands. It jams him. And he hits a little flare out of the left center field. So it worked out for everybody.
That's pretty good. Here's Urshela, just called up today. First major league at bat. Robinson Cano made a nice play behind the bag to throw him out. Good job by Zunino keeping in front of him. Ball one. Two and 0 now to Urshela with Aviles on deck. Base hit by Moss, the fifth hit by the Indians. Popped up. Cano's got it. 2 away. Try a real triple play. ST Express buses, Link Light Rail and Sounder trains. Weigh your options at soundtransit.org. Talking about the upcoming schedule as you look at Mike Aviles. Seen Houston a bunch. Carlos Correa called up their #1 pick a couple years ago. Shortstop, big kid too.
Only 20 years old. I'm going to give him an opportunity to play. Looking at his numbers in the minor leagues, it's deserving.
Ripped it up pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
1-0 to Aviles. Ground ball to Brad Miller. Throw to Cano, and that'll do it. Nice job by Elias. The Moss base hit causes no harm. Played through 4, 2-1 Mariners. looking for their first championship since 1964. Cavaliers Game 3 NBA Finals, 9 o'clock Eastern. And this joint is jumping. And we've got a good crowd here across the street at Progressive Field. Glad you have joined us. Mariner baseball. Mariners lead at 2-1. Game 1 of a road trip. A little scribber first baseline. Kluber throws out Austin Jackson. And there's one away. Mariners got a first inning RBI double by Robinson Cano. Logan Morrison drove in a run in the second inning. For the Tribe, their catcher, Yan Gomes, led off the second with his first home run of the season. And that's where we are, 2-1 against the defending American League Cy Young Award winner, Corey Kluber, pitching against the Mariners' Roenis Elias.
One of the things that we talked about before the game and how the Mariners were possibly going to win it is, one, you had to have Elias pitch with him, which he certainly has done. Really pitched well. But two, the left-handed hitters in the lineup were going to have to do some damage, and that has happened too. They were able to get to him early because of the left-handed hitters in the lineup, including Cano, who doubled and drove in the first run.
Robbie doubled off the wall in left center field and then pulled the ball, lined out to Jason Kipnis. This after getting yesterday's day off, obviously, with everybody else, and also sitting on Sunday's game. Swinging a miss, although he was up as a potential pinch hitter for Willie Bloomquist in the 9th inning of the 3-1 loss Sunday to the Rays. Oh, 2 pitch. Hit hard, base hit into the gap, and it's going to scoot all the way to the fence. And here's Robinson Cano. Way to break out, big fella. 2 doubles, 2 for 3 tonight. 1 out base runner for the Mariners.
And I think this is a really good sign. We were talking about as you look at Lloyd McClendon, who was working with him during batting practice today, but they want to go with the cutter back in on his hands. It's up, probably middle in, but he's still able to get the barrel to it. And this is something we saw a lot from Robbie last year, staying on top of it, but more importantly, staying inside of it and driving it the other way.
You were talking earlier about he's a lot more in sync now in terms of his the bat doesn't seem like it's dragging now.
Right, he was drifted forward, his front shoulder was flying out, and so it was causing some lag there, and that's the reason why the pitches inside were causing him some problems. And I would be curious with Kluber after his first base hit out to the left center field if he was going to try to pitch him in. He did, and although he didn't get it all the way to the inside corner, it was close enough, and the fact that it was elevated the way it was, that's a difficult pitch to get to, and to see him hit it hard the other way is a good sign.
There's Cruz, ground out to short, and strikeout.
Mariners this evening 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
Is he able to check? He did. And Iasonia, first base umpire, after Dale Scott asked for help. Two-0 count to Nelson Cruz. 2-1.
And Nelson not happy with himself, knows he helped him out a little bit there. He could be in a 3-0 count. That was another cutter down and away.
Cruz has 4 hits against Kluber, 1 a home run. 2-2. Houston and the White Sox no score, top of the 2nd in Chicago. Angels lead 4-0 at Tampa Bay, bottom 5. Count even at 2-2. Cruz, 3rd leading hitter in the American League, starting today at 329 behind Fielder and Kipnis and just ahead of Mike Moustakas.
Well, for Kluber right now, when Lloyd's coming out, he's going to take a look at Nelson Cruz to see if he's okay. He's really moved around after his last couple of swings. I'm not sure if something happened with his back or where he's at, but Lloyd sees something and he's in some pain. And he is going to take him out.
Lloyd misses nothing down there. If you just look a little bit out of the ordinary.
Look, runs have been coming at a premium for this club, and if there's something ailing him and he has to miss the rest of this game or maybe even tomorrow, get him out of there. And Rob Nodine, one of the trainers for the Mariners, is going to go to work on him probably right away.
So last two swings.
Now, something is bothering him right there. You can see the deep breath, and
you can see it in his face there, trying to shake it off. Dustin Ackley's grabbed a bat, and here's his last swing.
you can see him really getting around that pitch. Usually he stays inside the ball, so something's not right. And as you mentioned, Lloyd picked it up right away, was able to get him out of the game, and Ackley will hit for him. Cruz started in right field, so Smith, who's in left, will probably move over to right, and Ackley will take over in left.
Tough spot to come into. 2-2 count. Sitting there, just watching the game, relaxing.
He's not expecting to pinch hit for anybody at this point.
Now.
Yeah, right. He's just starting to think about getting ready for the 7th, 8th, or 9th. So tough spot. You're right.
No room to work it. Count at 2-2. Did not go as a check with Gabe Morales. At least he's seeing a pitch.
And at least he's in a more favorable count right now, too.
Man, he's not generating any heat at all. This is really tough. 3-2.
That's a little bit better. Good chance to get a swing off and time that fastball a little bit more. That was a pretty good fastball from Kluber at 94, middle in.
Back's a little bit looser now.
Well, the thing that happens with that is you'll all of a sudden get an adrenaline rush going, but you have to slow that down a little bit. It's kind of in between, but it always helps to at least get a swing off and still be up there.
3-2. Takes it for ball 4. So 2 on for the Mariners. 1 out here in the 5th. Second walk issued by Kluber.
Give Kyle Seager an opportunity to drive in and run. Kyle 1 for 1. Walked in the first inning. Had a solid base hit, a line drive back up the middle in the 3rd. Kluber now at 74 pitches.
Boy, a couple more hits here. 2-1 lead. Certainly nothing worth getting too comfortable over. Terry taking his meds. Seager walking a base hit. Ball 1. Mariners coming off a 2-9 homestand. Prior to that, a 6-3 road trip. And before that, a 6-3 homestand. 1-0. Good count here for Kyle. 2-0 with 2 on and 1 out. Two-0 pitch. 3-0.
Kyle typically has the green light in these situations. I think with an opportunity to drive in runs, Lloyd will let him swing if he gets a fastball he likes. Typically, Kyle will look for something out over the plate.
Here we go. 3-0. Foul ball. Did you like did you get many opportunities to go 3-0? Some hot streaks?
As I became more veteran, yes. Because the manager has to be able to trust that you're not just going to swing at anything. And typically that takes a little bit of time at this level. And Kyle, certainly an all-star last year, has done enough. And he's one of the guys in the lineup to drive in runs. So Lloyd, those guys, he will let them swing.
Mariners threaten here. 1 out. Runners at first and second. A 2-1 lead. 3-1 count to Kyle Seager. And it takes strike 2.
And that was the cutter again on the outside corner. Cooper likes to start that pitch off the plate to the left-handers and have him give up on it and catch the corner to steal a strike.
Lefty's hitting 7 for 11 against Kluber tonight.
That's what they had to do if they wanted a chance to beat him. Again, left-handers hitting 289 off of Kluber coming into this game. He typically, we talked about all the strikeouts. He doesn't walk many.
Going to be throwing strikes. Three-two pitch to Seager. 1 out. 2 on. Takes it for ball 4 to load him up for Seth Smith.
Kluber didn't like it. He thought it was a strike. And if you look at the EQC tracer, I think Kyle maybe was able to steal one. Pretty good fastball at 94 miles an hour. So back-to-back walks.
Number 7, Seth Smith.
Smitty will get a chance to get a really good pitch at some point in this at bat.
In 84 innings coming into this game, Kluber only had 14 walks and 105 strikeouts. So a couple of walks here in the inning has certainly helped.
Mickey Callaway, pitching coach for the Indians, coming out. Much of anything to cool down Kluber. Let's take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. Houston with a 3-game lead. Angels are leading in their ball game this evening, 4-0 at Tampa Bay. And Houston bottom of the second, no score at Chicago. Texas at Oakland later on at 7:05 Pacific time. Great opportunity here for the Mariners. Seth Smith 0 for 1 this season, bases loaded. Cano at third. Ackley at second. He just came in for Cruz, who was taken out of the game because of an injury, and then Kyle Seager at first.
Seth in this game 1 for 2 with a double his last time up. Got a double into left center field.
Takes down low for ball 1. Combs with a nice stop.
I think if you're Lloyd McClendon, this is a situation you wanted to see. One of the more consistent hitters at the plate. He's left-handed. We've talked about that. Nowhere to put him. And he missed with the first pitch. So you would think he would get a decent pitch to hit right here.
Had Kluber on the ropes. Bases loaded, 1 out. Breaking ball for a strike. Outfield straightaway, not too deep. 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. This could be one of the biggest pitches in the ball game right here.
Well, I think so. And look at the score, 2-1. Again, nowhere to put him. There's only 1 out, so you have to pick up a run right here.
Two one to Seth. They're right to Kipnis. And they're going to turn 2. So Cruz leaves the game with back spasms. Kluber gets out of a bases loaded situation to keep it 2-1. Cleveland with the NBA Finals Game 3 straight ahead, and you've got the Mariners leading 2-1 here against the Tribe. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Wow. Dave Sims, the Flowers Root Sports crew, get dizzy just watching it. Tough break for the Mariners, hitting into a double play with the bases loaded, 1 out.
Yeah, great opportunity for him against a really good pitcher, and Kluber was able to work his way out of it. We'll be right back to the top of the line. This will be the 3rd time through the lineup for Elias, who has pitched well in this one.
Kipnis has grounded out to Cano and struck out looking. Kipnis, Santana, and Brantley 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Boy, good pitch by Elias. 1 and 2. Back spasms for Nelson Cruz, and hopefully Rob Nodine and Rick Griffin and company and training staff can get on that. Maybe only miss a day. Never had that, but I hear it.
I haven't either.
But they said it is as bad as it gets in terms of male pain.
Well, 2 things I think are good news is, one, Lloyd recognized it and was able to get him out of the game. Typically a player's not going to take himself out, so it was good that Lloyd was able to get him out. And Rick Griffin, Rob Nodine, they do a great job for the Mariners, so hopefully they were able to get to it before it was too bad, and as you mentioned, get him squared away.
1 and 2 here to Kipnis, leading off the home 5th. Drop down on him. Change that angle. Cano throws out the Indians' second baseman. There's 1 down here in the 5th. Hey, the defending world champion San Francisco Giants make the trip up the coast for 2 game set with the Mariners on Wednesday, June 17th and Thursday, June 18th. Line up your tickets today. This rare interleague matchup by visiting Mariners.com. It's one of the neat things on the calendar this year. We have our regular 3 trips where we stay in San Francisco for the Oakland series, and an extra trip now to play the Giants, so 4 trips to San Francisco. Santana 1 for 2. Chris Heston of the Giants has a no-no through 5 at the Mets. Giants with a 4-0 lead. 4 runs on 10 hits. Out pitching Syndergaard. 2-0. Fly ball center field, routine for Jackson. 2 away. And that'll bring up Michael Brantley. He's 1 for 2. Fly to center, base hit to right.
So far for Elias, he's really done a good job with his pitch count tonight. He's been efficient with his pitches. Struggled a little bit in the 3rd inning, but was able to get the double play to get him out of the inning. That certainly helped. Outside of that, he's done a good job.
Mariners threatened with the bases loaded in the 5th, came away empty. They got a run in the 1st, run in the 2nd. Cano in the 1st inning, an RBI double. Morrison an RBI double in the 2nd. Home run for Gomes in the 2nd inning for the Cleveland run. Foul.
The other thing the Mariners have done is put pressure on Kluber. You mentioned them scoring in the 1st and the 2nd, but they also had runners in scoring position in the 3rd and there in the 5th. A great opportunity in the 5th. It's pushed his pitch count up. And he's been pitching deep into ball games, so you can get him out through 7. That'll be pretty good work.
1-1. Ball 2. Bottom 6, Washington playing at the Yankees 1-1. That's Tanaka against Max Scherzer. Easy play for Cano. And a fine inning by Roena Solis. 1-2-3 goes to Tribe in the 5th. 2-1 lead for the Mariners. Sports is being brought to you by Money Tree. Proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By Jack in the Box. Taste the new black pepper cheeseburger today only at Jack in the Box. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by CenturyLink. Your link to what's next. Good look at the skyline of Cleveland. Quicken Loans Arena on the left. There we are on the right at Progressive Field. Nice little sports double dip here in Cleveland. Beautiful night here. City that produced the likes John D. Rockefeller. Here's Mark Trumbo to lead things off. Mark 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. He'll be followed by Brad Miller and Mike Zunino. Inside and missed. Didn't like that call from Dale Scott, the crew chief. 2-1. Veteran umpire.
And that's what Kluber has done with Trumbo. He stayed with his slider and his cutter, trying to keep the ball away from him, down and away. A couple of ground outs to the right side of the infield. Fell behind and came right back with a couple of pitches on the outside corner.
Two pitch. Back up this way. Sure, Trumbo's looking forward to getting hot and maybe getting that first Mariner home run out of the way. He certainly hit enough good big home runs against the Mariners during his days with the Angels.
Well, and the thing about that is he's a guy that can hit him in bunches and carry your club for a while.
Just joining us, Nelson Cruz had to leave with a back spasm. So hopefully that's not going to be something that keeps him out for a long time. 3-2. Pounded down to the third baseman, the youngster Urshela, just called up today, 1 away. Brad Miller. Single, stolen base, and a run scored, plus a ground out, 1 for 2. Kluber's out distribution, 10 ground outs, 4 flyouts, and 2 strikeouts. Outside for ball 1. Mariners with a 2-1 lead. They've left 7 men on. 5 1/3 innings. Bob back. Here's 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes to Brad. Logan Morrison in the leadoff spot again. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Really making him work.
Just keep putting the fight up there and battling away. Pretty good pitch for Brad to hit a fastball in the middle of the plate, but you keep battling. One of the things Howard Johnson was talking about today, just grinding out at bats, and the guys have been doing that tonight. 95 pitches so far for Kluber.
Brad hanging in there.
That was not easy to do. Pretty good pitch. You can see it on the EQC tracer, a changeup off the outside corner. Brad looked as if he was looking for that slider or cutter in on his hand. Started to swing a little bit early to get to it and was able to make an adjustment. It's not easy to do.
Good 2. Two pitches fouled off.
And this will be the 8th pitch of the at bat. And Kluber has thrown him everything he has in his arsenal.
Mike Zunino's on deck. Just got a piece of it. Pitch number 9 coming up.
And that pitch will be 100. Season high 113 for Kluber.
Oh, he got him. Got him looking. 3rd strikeout for Kluber. 2 down here in the 6th. Game 2 of this series. CenturyLink. What's next? Taijuan Walker pumping some serious 97 and 98 lately. Goes against another guy who can rush it up there, Trevor Bauer. 70 strikeouts, 29 walks. And that opponent batting average for Taijuan, that's been coming down nicely.
Well, you mentioned it. He's had a good fastball and he's been using it. Something that Rick Waits, the pitching coach, has been talking about throughout the year. And Taijuan seems to be buying into that program, and his numbers are getting better every time he goes out.
Building a lot of confidence. Here's Mike Zunino. Fouled back here. Mike has popped up to second and flied out to center. Phil Collins in the background. I can feel it in the air tonight. Breaking ball for a strike to Mike. Bullpen situation has changed since our last visit. Fans are sitting there right above the bank sign behind a two-tiered bullpen. They used to have, I think it was the visitors' bullpen was buried in the right field corner. Broken bat, ground ball to third. And a tag applied by Santana. Urshela's throw brought him off the bag, but well executed by Santana. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the sixth. They still lead 2-1. Another strong game by the little lefty. Done a nice job.
Take a look at his numbers. 5 innings, 5 hits, just 1 run. That's 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 70 pitches through the 5 innings, so he's been efficient. Once again, he has really been on a good run. Pitching well. Elias came into the game with a 2.94 ERA. Still trying to get his 3rd win of the year.
First pitch strike to Ryan Rayburn, followed by Nick Swisher and Yan Gomes, 4, 5, and 6. Rayburn has been on base twice, E6 by Miller, and reached on a walk on a 4-pitch walk. Two and one. Yan Gomes with a leadoff homer in the second. Tribe's only run. Mariners got a Cano double in the first, a Morrison double in the second to drive in their runs.
Pretty good fastball. Good look at the EQC tracer right on the outside corner. Dale Scott, the home plate umpire, missed it.
Nick Swisher on deck. Way outside. Leadoff walk, never a good thing. Let's take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game. Mr. Elias done a lot of good work this evening.
Well, he has, and you really want to see him pitch with Kluber, and he's able to do that tonight.
That double play back in the third, and that was a big one. Swisher tonight stands in 0 for 2, fly to center and bounced into that aforementioned double play. Foul ball. Mariner fan down the way. Going back is Seth Smith. There's one away. You're on the road traveling and want to watch your Mariners? Well, subscribe to MLB.TV Premium for live or on-demand activity on more than 400 devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking, and more. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.com, MLB.TV for details. Here's Gomes. Home run and a strikeout. Back safely is Rayburn. Outside. Big Holmes. Count goes to 2-0.
This with a changeup. With Gomes, we talked about it. Overall, he has struggled a little bit, but he's been a hot hitter for them over the last 10 days, so he's going to have to make a quality pitch right here. And Mike wants the changeup 2-0. Missed with it again.
3-0. No activity in the Mariner pen right now.
Only 81 pitches for Elias. Left-hander waiting on deck, and Moss.
Back with the strike, 3-1. Big pitch at 3-1. Rifled into right field. Seth Smith right there. 2 away.
Every now and then, Dave, you have to get away with an at-bat or pitch, and that was one of them right there. Gomes has been hot. He's already homered in the game, and Elias had to come at him in a good hitter's count with a fastball, and he was hit it hard, but it was a line drive right at the right fielder, and you have to catch those kind of breaks every now and then.
2 outs, men at first for Brendan Moss. A strikeout looking and a base hit to left. Shift on against him with Cano in short right field. Long run for Jackson. He's there. And Elias. A couple pitches were shaky, but worked out well for him. A 3-1 count to Rayburn, a 3-1 count to Gomes. Comes out unscathed and still in front 2-1. action. Game 3 NBA Finals. Cavaliers and the Warriors. Starting in a couple of minutes. Here's our answer to our Twitter question. Cities with the longest championship droughts. I thought it was Cleveland. It was San Diego. Last time he won, John Hadle was the quarterback in 1963. Buffalo Bills, I think Jack Kemp was the quarterback that year. Vancouver Canucks, Milwaukee Bucks with Kareem, and the Portland Trailblazers with Bill Walton. Not remembering the 70 Vancouver Canucks, I'll be honest with you. The other teams I can tell you a little bit about. And that's one time when I was following hockey. 1970. Here's Logan Morrison. 4th time this season leading off for the Mariners. And the 1-hole tried to bunt his way on. Turned away. He does have 2 hits tonight and extended his hitting streak to 15.
Right idea. In that situation, you can tell he's not happy. He has to bunt it past the pitcher down the line, and it's one of those fair or foul deals, especially early in the count, Dave. If he bunts it foul, nothing hurt. If you keep it just fair, he can probably walk to first. So them swung around and nobody covering the left side of the infield. He just had to get it past the pitcher and wasn't able to do it. But a pretty good idea leading off here in the 7th inning.
Austin Jackson 0 for 3. One to Jackson. Pitch in on his hands, couldn't get to it.
Well, Kluber now at 108 pitches. We have some action out in both bullpens. And McAllister, the right-hander, is getting loose.
Tell you what, it's a shame they couldn't get more runs because they've run his count up. I mean,
they put pressure on him the entire game. You know, you're right that they have. But again, Dave, it's one of those deals where when you're one of the better pitchers, and we see it with Felix all the time, the other team shakes their head too, but they know how to work their way out of situations. Tom Wilhelmsen getting loose in the Mariner pen. The situation that you'd really like to know is a good breaking ball. That you'd really like to take advantage of that bases loaded situation with 1 out. Set hit the ball hard, but unfortunately it was right at the second baseman for the double play. But he's been throwing a lot of ground ball outs today too.
Yes, he has. 4th strikeout by Kluber.
Take a look at this breaking ball from him. Robinson Cano having a good night. 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles, and he's driven in a run.
Good news, Robbie's hit the ball hard. Couple of doubles. That's it, strike 1. Up the middle, but the shortstop was waiting for it. That's Aviles. The Mariners are going in order. So that is 3, 6, 7, 8 retired by Kluber. He trails 2-1. Washington's lottery win would change your bucket list. Play today. 7th inning stretch here in Cleveland. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Cleveland on a sports high tonight. Tribe in town and about 150 yards away. Cavaliers are playing there. Game 3 NBA Finals. Cavaliers trying to win their first NBA championship. The Warriors. Last time they won was 1974. Tom Wilhelmsen takes over for Roenis Elias, who did a very nice job. Striking out 3, walked 1, gave up 1 run on 5 hits. Big Tom in his 13th game, 2.57 ERA, 14 strikeouts against 4 walks. Opponents are hitting .321, but Elias, he's in line to get the W. And another fine performance by Elias. First pitch popped up off the bat of rookie Giovanni Urshela, just called up today. Center field, Austin Jackson, 1 out.
I think for Elias, Lloyd looked at this game and thought he did his job, even though his pitch count was in good shape and he probably could have thrown another inning. I think he didn't want to run the young man out there. One of the strengths for him has been his bullpen. You can see just 84 pitches, but 6 innings, 5 hits, just the 1 run, a couple of walks, 3 strikeouts.
Take it.
Yeah, good outing.
Strike 1 from Wilhelmsen to Mike Aviles. Angels 5-2 lead at Tampa Bay, bottom of the 7th. And Heston still throwing a no-no for the Giants at the Mets. 5-0 Giants, top 8. Aviles tonight, he's 1 for 2. Got a base hit, center in the 2nd, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Check swing, breaking ball. Cano throws him out. These 1-run games, for crying out loud. Mariners are 14-12 in 1-run games. Here comes Lloyd to make a pitching change. The lefty Kipnis coming up. Kipnis, the number 2 hitter in the American League. So Big Tom gets 2 quick outs, does a nice job. Got a pitching change. Nuno coming on. We'll be right back. On their mind and in their ears, sharing that earphone. Whether you're retired or active duty military members, receive a ticket discount at nearly all home games thanks to EQC. Save 10% on select main, view, or terrace club seats. To receive your discount, present your military ID at Safeco Field's box office. So Vidal Nuno takes over. We were impressed with him, or by him, a couple years ago when he was with the Yankees as a starter. Pitched a heck of a game against the Mariners.
And just another really good left-hander to have out of the bullpen. You can see what he did against the Rays the other day, 2/3 of an inning. Only took him 6 pitches. And he will get one of the better hitters in the American League, and that's the top of the lineup. Goes back to Kipnis. Kipnis so far tonight, 0 for 3.
Kipnis 1 for 3 against Nuno. Swing and a miss. Center field, base hit. Kipnis with a base hit here. He's 1 for 4. Comes with 2 outs here in the 7th.
Mark Lowe getting loose. Santana walking to the plate. He's a switch hitter. And it looks like Lloyd will stay with Nuno. Have him hit right-handed. Santana 1 for 3 at a base hit in the first inning.
11,425 on hand here at Progressive Field. 1 for 3 night for Carlos. Popped out. So Nuno does his job. Cano, 2-hand catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 7 complete here in Cleveland. 2-1 Mariners. But tonight he's checked in. He's done a nice job as we check out our T-Mobile Game Changer.
Against one of the better pitchers in the American League. You need your stars to come up big, and he was able to do this in the first inning. A double out to left center field. That'll drive in Austin Jackson, who comes all the way around from first to score the first run for the Mariners. Then later in the game, another line drive. This one splits the gap in left center, so a couple of doubles so far for Cano in this ball game, including an RBI.
That is a welcome sight for the Mariners. Dustin Ackley to lead off. If you're just joining us, back in the 5th, back spasms KO'd Nelson Cruz. Ackley had to come in with a 2-2 count, work the walk. Mariners loaded him up in the 5th with 1 out, but Seth Smith bounced into an inning-ending double play.
Corey Haggett on his 28th appearance on the year, 3.54 ERA. Hard-throwing left-hander.
Ackley's 0 for 2 against Nick. Good count here, 2-0. Reno. Kyle Seager on deck. Man, Ackley will take his base. 4 pitches. Couple of insurance runs wouldn't be bad as we check out our Lexus pitching comparison and look at the work of the two starters, Mike.
Thought it was going to be a pretty good pitching matchup. It turned out to be a great one for the Mariners, with Elias giving up just the 1 run compared to the 2 runs by Kluber. Kluber threw 112 pitches. Elias just 84. Mariners did a good job getting to Kluber in the first couple of innings. Elias the 1 solo home run.
There's Kyle Seager. Gomes going out for a work. Kyle tonight a walk, a single to center, and a walk. So Chris Heston, the Giants still working on a no-hitter. 1 out, bottom of the 8th in New York against the Mets. And Heston also has a 2-run single in this 5-0 Giant lead. Strike for Kyle. Mariners trying to get off on the good foot here. Coming off a 2-9 homestand. They open up this road trip in Cleveland, then Houston, then San Francisco. And well, that will stay fair. Ackley to second. And he's going to get the stop side from Rich Donnelly. So a double by Kyle Seager, and the Mariners open up the 8th inning with 2 men aboard. For Kyle, it's his 13th double, a second hit tonight. 2 for 2 with 2 walks.
Kyle gets a good fastball to hit. 94 right in the middle of the plate as he gets out in front of it and drives it down into the corner. Early stop sign from Rich Donnelly, the third base coach, with nobody out. Didn't want to take a chance. Probably a good idea.
Build that big inning.
Indians will bring their infield in.
That'll get the job done. That'll get 1 for sure. It'll go station to station. Ackley scores easily. Nice job, Seth Smith. RBI and a 3-1 Mariner lead. Smitty's second hit tonight. Picks up an RBI, his 15th.
Mariners now 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position, and with Trumbo walking to the plate. Terry Francona out of the dugout, and he's going to make a pitching change. But again, jumps on a fastball. 94 miles an hour, similar location to the one that Seager hit for the double.
Nice work. Really nice work by Seth Smith. Mariners lead at 3-1 as we play here in the 8th inning. Back with more right after this. In Cleveland, And coming up tomorrow, our CenturyLink What's Next. Taijuan Walker faces off against Trevor Bauer. Mariners lost 3 out of 4 at home to the Indians.
Zach McAllister going to take over for the Indians. Hard-throwing right-hander. This will be his 23rd appearance on the year. ERA just under 4. 38 strikeouts in the 31 2/3 that he has worked. Opponents are hitting .303 against him. He's given up 3 home runs this year.
Seager at third. You got Smith at first. Mark Trumbo, the hitter.
Still nobody out.
Time for his big fly here, Mike.
Or at least a deep fly ball. That'll pick up another run for the Mariners. Get something in the air.
I'm signed up for both. Way outside. The Taijuan Walker Bauer matchup's a rematch. Taijuan won the first matchup Friday the 29th of May 2-1. Bauer struck out 10. Taijuan struck out 8 in 8 innings. He was thinking. He had good intentions, didn't he?
Why not? As with the first pitch, 97 miles an hour in the middle of the plate, and he turned it loose.
Chris Heston has taken his no-no. Take it into the 9th inning at the Mets. One here to Trumbo. Back up this way. Well, the Yankees got hot against the Mariners, and it continues tonight. They're leading Washington. That club, Washington, slumping badly. Yankees lead 5-1, bottom 8, Yankee Stadium. Max Scherzer got knocked out of that game. 1-2 here to Trumbo. Right to Kipnis. Runners get back safely.
That's a bad break for Mark. Hit a pretty good pitch. Right on the outside corner.
Tad more elevation. Inning started well. A 4-pitch walk to Ackley. Double into the right field corner. Seager. RBI single to right Smith. And now that soft liner by Trumbo. Brad Miller's going to be the hitter. Go back to setting up for the double play up the middle. Brad Miller, the hitter, 1 for 3 tonight with a stolen base and a run scored. One to Brad. Miller 1 for 3 against McAllister. One.
Charlie getting loose.
Seager at third. Seth Smith at first. Trying to pick him up. Hit hard, foul. Scored 2 out of 4 times. McAllister, the third Cleveland pitcher this evening. 2-2.
And so far, he's just gone right after Brad. It's been 4 pitches, all of them fastballs, all of them 96 miles an hour.
Trying to pick up this run at third with 1 out. And here's the double play. They do get one on the RBI single by Seth Smith. Mariners lead it 3-1. Mariners lead the Tribe. Opening of a 3-game stand here in Cleveland and start of a road trip that will take us to Houston and San Francisco. New pitcher's Charlie Furbush.
Charlie's really pitched well for the Mariners this year. This will be his 24th appearance, a 1.29 ERA. Opponents hitting just 122 against Charlie. He has 9 strikeouts in the 14 innings that he has pitched. He will get Cleveland's best hitter. Brantley is due up. 3, 4, and 5 for the Indians. Mark Lowe getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
Charlie, the 4th pitcher tonight, was marked. Joe Beimel doing his meditation, stretching, something,
working the rotator cuff.
Great. They're all in great shape out there. Roena Solis in line for the win. 6 innings of 5 hit, 1 run ball, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Wilhelmsen for 2/3 of an inning, and Nuno for 1/3 of an inning, and now Big Charlie here in the 8th. Brantley. Scoop. Got him. Wow. Nice play by Charlie.
Now, really good play. That's the only option that he had, was trying to go with the glove flip.
San Francona will challenge, waiting for word from his video people as Brad Mills on the phone.
Well, being left-handed, Charlie falls off to the third base side. We got our Big Fish Casino, big catch, and Charlie with the glove flip, close play. And they're going to take a look at it. But yeah, I don't think he had any other option than try to make it that way. You can see him going towards third, and now he thought about picking up with his bare hand. I think he makes a better choice trying to shovel it with his glove. And that is a really close play at first. That may get changed.
Here at the ballpark, players all turn up and look at the big video board. Dale Scott and his crew likewise, while they get word from their Padres in New York City at MLB.
And take a look at it on our Alaska Supermo and the glove flip by Charlie. That is close. Oof. Again, it just has to hit the back of his glove before his foot hits the bag, and I'm not sure.
That is real close. My goodness.
Well, the good news is he was called out. So we'll see if they end up getting enough from that look to change it.
Well, let's see. Terry Francona and the Indians looking for base runners here, down 3-1. Charlie will continue to heat up. Dale Scott with Dale Iasonia. The headphones on.
Brantley, a smart player. And like the fact that not they just bunted, but he took it the other way with the left-hander on the mound. It makes it such a difficult play for any left-hander. And Charlie actually is a pretty good athlete, and he was able to reverse the way he was going quickly to even get to the ball and make a play on it.
Taking a good hard look at this. If he's safe, the Indians will be bringing the tying run to the plate.
To call him safe, I'm sure we're going to see Mark Lowe. We have a right-hander, Rayburn, waiting on deck to hit.
It's one of the longer reviews we've had recently. Mark Lowe out in the bullpen. He's looking in. He appears to be ready.
This is tough if you're Charlie.
Oh, it's the worst. He's out. There we go. Big two. All stands. One away, one out here in the eighth. And Ryan Rayburn will be the hitter. Three-1 Mariner lead. One out in the eighth. Rayburn 0 for 1 has walked twice. Cano playing up the middle. Did not go. 2 balls, no strikes. Foul ball. Mariner RBIs tonight. Cano, Morrison, and Seth Smith. Doubles by Cano and Morrison, and a big RBI single in the eighth by Smith. Home run by Yan Gomes leads off the second. Tried to put him away, couldn't get it. Tried to get a second strike, beg your pardon. Swisher is on deck. 3-1. Now it's a full count. Three and 2 here. Charlie pitching to Rayburn. And that's a foul ball. One out here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-2 pitch here to Rayburn. Austin Jackson kept him busy tonight. 2 down.
For the Tribe, stepping in, number 33, Butcher.
4th put out for Austin out there in center field.
Good job by Charlie to come back and retire Rayburn.
After the downtime?
Yeah, that's tough. You're ready to go. You're into the game, and then all of a sudden you sit over there for 2 or 3 minutes. Doesn't seem like a long time, but when you're standing out in the middle of the diamond, it is.
You're nice and hot. You're ready to go. 2 outs here, Swisher. Popped up out of play. Swisher 2 for 6 against Charlie. Good pitch. Two outs, nobody on. 0-2. Charlie ahead of Nick Swisher. The 0-2. Whoa, way outside.
You know, typically Zunino 0-2, if he's going to throw the fastball, he's going to want it up out of the zone, and that one just ended up getting away from Charlie.
Charlie dealing 1 and 2. 2 out, nobody on. That hitting, or did it? No, it didn't.
I don't think
it was
so.
Close. I like that mantra of this pitching staff. Starters, relievers, work that back foot, move people, bust them inside, come up and in.
You have to, and it's the reason why they've been successful, a big reason why.
Because, and when we first started out, this team, pitching staff hardly ever did that. Seager, nice play. Throws out Swisher. Charlie Furbush, a fine 1-2-3-8 to the 9th inning we go. We'll update you on what happened in New York when we come back. Can't be perfect all the time. What do you want? Everything, huh? Thanks, Angie. Mike Zunino. One hop. Urshela throws him out. Giants have had a lot to celebrate. The 3 World Championships in 5 years. Kane, Lincecum, and now Heston with the no-nos. Boy, that is some run.
Carson Smith getting loose. You're talking about pitching inside. He had 3 batters. Maybe that helped him out.
I'll buy that. I'll absolutely buy that.
Logan having a good night. See 2 for 4. He's driven in a run.
Zach McAllister, 3rd pitcher for the Tribe tonight. Lomo tried to bunt his way on, leading off the 7th. But another 2 feet, he might have gotten it past the pitcher.
He has himself in a good count right here. So the top of the order, Logan leading things off for the Mariners tonight. We have Jackson and Cano waiting.
Pitch from McAllister. In there for a strike. And on top of it. Last time Lomo went yard, May 12th against the Padres. Sitting on 6 home runs for a while. Two. Full count. Austin Jackson waiting his turn. 0 for 4 tonight. Kipnis right there. 2 outs. Month has started well for Mr. Jackson, batting at a 400 clip. Him getting back off the injury list was huge.
No, you're absolutely right. One for his defense. Covers a lot of ground in the outfield, but you can see the offensive production for a club that has struggled to score runs. Really done a nice job swinging the bat. Another couple of hits for him tonight. Has his average up to 268 now. 3 home runs on the year.
Paint the corner. Here's the 0-2 to Jackson. Two balls, 2 strikes. Periodically, you'll hear some cheers. They have a huge screen TV out beyond left field. People watching a hoop game out there, plus most of the suites have the game on here at Progressive Field as well. 2 out, nobody on, and a 2-2 pitch. Bottom of the 9th, Yan Gomes, Brendan Moss, and Urshela, 6, 7, and 8 for the Tribe.
And again, it will be Carson Smith. He'll come in and pitch the bottom of the 9th inning.
2-2. Bounce foul. Do it again here. 2-2, 2 out, nobody on. Pitch from McAllister. Fouled off. Angels lead at Tampa Bay 8-2, bottom 9. Matt seen earlier that Mr. Pujols hit a home run to tie Mickey Mantle. 536 home runs. 16th place all time. 3-2 here to Jackson. It's a heck of a long at bat. A lot of work put in by Austin Jackson. 3-2. And he shoots at the left field. Base hit. Well done, Austin Jackson. His hitting streak goes to 5 consecutive games.
They had to work hard for it. 9-pitch at bat. Base hit into left field. Worked the count back to full and was able to get a fastball he could handle. And we're going to get a pitching change.
Bottom of the 6th, Houston and the White Sox no score. And here the Mariners and the here in Cleveland, Roenis Elias in line to get the victory. Coming up tomorrow, our CenturyLink What's Next, the rematch of a 2-1 Mariner victory. Taijuan Walker against Trevor Bauer.
Looks like another good pitching matchup for tomorrow night's ball game. Walker has really pitched well as of late. As you mentioned, Dave was able to beat Bauer 2-1. Bauer 2.94 ERA, so he's really pitched well this year for the Indians. Mark Zepchinski going to take over for the Indians. His 29th appearance on the year. In 13 2/3, he has 16 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .250 against him, giving up a home run. And Robinson Cano looking to add to his night. Robinson 2 for 4 tonight. A couple of doubles. Also has an RBI.
Austin Jackson at first after a base hit. Cano 2 for 5 career against Zepchinski. Foul ball. 2 for 4 tonight for Mr. Cano with an RBI. And for those just joining us, Mike, you like the stroke that he's shown here tonight, right?
I think it's been much better. And again, I was down at the batting cage today when he was taking batting practice and watching Lloyd McClendon, talking to him about a few things. I just think his balance has been better. There was a pitch out over the plate that he hit the other way. But more importantly, a cutter that was more towards his hands and elevated, he was able to get on top and drive. So that's been a pitch that's given him some problems. It certainly would be nice to see him get hot going into the All-Star break. Really help this club out.
Career, he's been a good second half hitter over the course of his career. Second half of the season, a .307 hitter. Check that. That was the 08 numbers. Over that .318 for his career. Second half, a .298 career hitter in the first half of the season. So get foul. Chris Woodward handles easily.
He's enjoyed hitting in this ballpark. Take a look at that. Last 14 games, a .411 average with 11 doubles, 3 homers. He's had a couple of fastballs to handle here. And so he's a little bit frustrated. He hasn't hit one of them hard somewhere, fouling them both off.
White Sox now lead Houston 2-0, bottom 6 at Chicago. On it goes. Swung on and missed, and Cano's gone. To the 9th we go, and Carson Smith coming in trying to get a second career save. 3-1 Mariners. He's listening to getting a double dose of Cleveland sports here tonight. Carson Smith takes over. Opportunity to get second save.
27th appearance, ERA just over 1.08 ERA for Carson Smith in 25 innings. He has 29 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 140 against him for Carson. Good fastball. He'll be in the mid-90s with his fastball. His out pitches that great slider of his. And he will get Gomes, Moss. There's Yan Gomes. He has a solo home run in this game. Catcher for the Indians. Brandon Moss, who's in right field tonight, waiting on deck.
Bullpen's done a nice job tonight. Tom Wilhelmsen, Vidal Nuno, Charlie Furbush, and now Carson Smith. Wilhelmsen went 2/3 of an inning. Didn't get touched up. Nuno went 1/3 of an inning. Charlie Furbush went 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. Well, here's Yan Gomes. First pitch he saw in the 2nd inning against Elias. He homered to deep left center field. Want to know, Dion? Hails from the country of the nation of Brazil. Kansas City 1-0 at Minnesota. It's in the top of the 7th. It's out of play. Mariners trying to get Fernando Rodney, get him straightened out. Meanwhile, Carson Smith and Mark Lowe will handle some closing duties. for the time being. Two and one. Chop foul. Different deal when you got to come in and get the final 3 outs.
They're tough, but I was talking to Lloyd McClendon today about it, and he feels pretty good about having Carson Smith in there. He thinks even though he doesn't have a lot of experience at the major league level, he thinks his stuff will play in the 9th inning. And right now the most important thing is he wants to get Fernando Rodney right if he can.
Drive is hit deep to left center field, and Yan Gomes has done it again. He hit it practically in the same spot he hit it back in the 2nd inning. Got a 1-run ball game.
And I sped him up with a slider in the middle of the plate as he squared it up.
He tattooed that one.
Let's take a look at this slider. You can see he left it right in the middle of the plate. Typically he wants to throw that pitch off the outside corner.
So Gomes now with his 6th career home run against Mariner pitching, an RBI 11 and 12. A 1-run game. Brendan Moss, got to be careful with him. Shift on with Cano in short right field. Another 1-run ball game. How big was that Seth Smith RBI back in the 8th?
Joe Beimel getting loose. Urshela, third baseman for the Indians, just called up today, made his major league debut. He's waiting on deck, and now it looks like they're going to have Michael Bourne come out and hit for him.
Right into the shift. Cano throws to Morrison to retire Moss. 1 out here in the 9th.
It will be Bourne.
I remember asking Terry Francona last week when we were in back home in Seattle, what happened to Bourne? Well, his game is just falling off, not playing as much. Remember, we saw him as a leadoff guy, then he had him at the bottom of the order. Just is hitting only .244, no homers, 14 runs batted in, 5 out of 8 base hit. Terry said he's handled the demotion quite well, but it's just still trying to. I mean, the all-encompassing, still trying to figure it out.
He's also had some injuries in between all of that, and it's tough to get on a roll for him. Leg issues. So much of his game is about speed.
So 1-1. A run in on the Gomes home run, his 2nd of the night, accounting for the 2 scores for Cleveland. And a 1-1 pitch. Jackson was shading in that direction. Can he get there? No. Base hit. Tying runs aboard.
David Murphy, he's going to pinch hit.
And Murphy has been ridiculous as a pinch hitter. 6 for 18, 2 homers and 4 runs batted in.
We'll hit for Aviles, the shortstop. We'll take a look at this last pitch. Another breaking ball in the middle of the plate.
One out, a run in, a runner on. 3-2 Mariners hanging on. 14 and 12 in 1-run games entering today. Tribe 5 and 6. Murphy's had a good year pinch hitting. Jackson a good jump. Here he comes, and he makes the play. 2 down.
Well, we'll get you back to the top of the order. Jason Kipnis due up. He is 1 for 4 in this one. As you take a look at Murphy in the swing, line drive out towards center field. A good break by Jackson in center.
Kipnis starting today, the number 2 hitter in the American League.
And Lloyd McClendon out of the dugout. We saw Joe Beimel getting loose in the pen.
That was why.
We'll see. Sometimes Lloyd will just go out and have a conversation. We'll see what he wants to do. I think Beimel Probably a pretty good idea. You have Bourne at first base, and Beimel with that great move of his can certainly keep him closer, but we'll see if Lloyd wants to make a change or if he's going to stay with the young man.
Kipnis 0 for 3 against Beimel, just FYI. Carson Smith will be facing Kipnis for the first time, and Lloyd's going to let him do it.
Let him just stay with him.
So here we are, bottom of the 9th inning. 2 outs. A 1-run Mariner lead. Number 2 hitter in the American League, Jason Kipnis at the plate. He represents the winning run. First pitch. Good start. Strike 1. Kipnis 1 for 4 tonight. Extended his hitting streak to 6 games. Pitch. Down the line. Foul. Wow. Woo. Bourne was flying.
We'll take a look at it. He gets a fastball. It's down and away at 93 miles an hour. Fortunately, it was slicing foul.
See if Carson Smith can put him away here. Smith ready. The 0-2 pitch coming to Jason Kipnis. Bourne at first. Throw over. Back safely. Here's the 0-2 to Kipnis. Pitch. Ground ball. Cano. He's there. And the Mariners win the ball game 3-2. Another save for Carson Smith. And a fine start to this Mariner road trip.
And also some really good pitching again for the Mariners. They have been hot over the last month and a half. Have really pitched well. They've had to make some adjustments, including Smith getting the save in this one tonight. And the Mariners getting just enough offense